The American Red Cross is one organization that never stops giving. Here in the desert, our chapter is helping immensely all around the nation. Lois Beckman, Executive Director of the Red Cross for the Coachella Valley and Morongo Basin, is here to share some experiences with a recent natural disaster. Lois, I'd like to start with your deployment in Austin, Texas.
Thank you. Yes, in June I had the opportunity to go to Austin, Texas to help in our response to the flooding there. You know, the people in Texas have just been hit with one disaster after another for the past year in terms of flooding. So I was very excited to be able to go and lend a hand.
It seems like just that area, the Gulf right there, whether it be flooding or just any type of natural disaster, it always hits right there.
It does seem to be that way, and the exciting thing about being part of the American Red Cross is that we can make a difference, whether it's here locally in the Valley or anywhere across the country.
Yeah, more information on that, because if you're part of the group here, how does that work that you can just volunteer all over?
Well, our volunteers receive training when they become a part of our organization. So, you know, whether you're responding to a home fire here in the Valley or to a large disaster, that training comes into play. So I was there with like 400 people from all across the country responding, including some from our own area. And they represented 48 different states here in the United States.
That's incredible. When you say from your own area, is that something that you coordinated with those other volunteers, or it was just coincidental?
It was coincidental. Basically, our response happens, all responses start at the local level, and then it sort of expands out like a pebble in the water, right? So you're going to use your local volunteers first, and then as the need becomes greater, you're going to expand out and put out the call for help. And we have a great system in the Red Cross where volunteers can say when they're available and then be contacted by their local volunteer coordinators and sign up to go out on a disaster like that.
It kind of works then that they would get a notice, something happens around the country, and then first, if there's a need for that, then they could sign up, as you did.
Exactly.
Talk about your experiences with the Red Cross in terms of how long you've been there, what first brought you to the group.
Sure. I've been with Red Cross about 9 years, a little over 9 years now. I've worked in nonprofit most of my life. But one of the things that excites me about the Red Cross is that donations that I raise today are going to go to help a family very, very quickly. So I might bring in a financial donation today, and there may be a house fire here in the Valley tonight that we respond to, and we're going to help that family make sure that they have a place to stay, food to eat, clothes to wear.
It happens right away then?
It does. It's immediate.
And what about your experience in Austin? Were there particular people or families that you really connected with?
There were. I met a family that I was talking with that had had their house flooded last October, and here I was there again in the beginning of June, and the flood had just come through and destroyed the new flooring they had just laid down.
Oh, so they remembered you from before?
Well, not me personally, but Red Cross was there.
Okay, got it.
But the fact that they'd had two disasters back to back from October to May, here they are trying to rebuild their lives, rebuild their homes, and another disaster happened to them. Yet they were so positive and so resilient and so appreciative of the work that the American Red Cross was doing. And when I say that, it's really the work of the American people, because we're not a government organization. We are a nonprofit, and so all of the money that we raise and the money that we use to deliver our mission come from wonderful people here in the Valley and across the country.
It's truly beautiful. And if you'd like to learn more about the American Red Cross, you can check out the website redcross.org/Coachella, give them a ring, or visit the office in Palm Desert. Thank you so much, Lois.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Desert Living. Don't go anywhere.